Hello, my friends. It's Ellis Paul here in Crozet, Virginia. We're going to be starting the Traveling Medicine Show, which I do every Friday night. This week, it's going to be our special guest, Lynn Miles, up in Ottawa, Canada. She's one of my favorite songwriters. She's got a gorgeous, she's actually one of my favorite singers as well. So I'm going to be as much of a fanboy as anybody here, but I know that there are lots of people out there that love her as much as I do, so I'm thrilled that she's with us. And it's nice to have a Canadian artist on board as well. Do me a favor and share this video if you get a chance so that more and more people get to see it and get to hear Lynn's music as well as mine in the show itself. But especially Lynn's music, because we like to share it with as much of her American audience and people that don't know her as we possibly can. Let me know where you're all from. Meanwhile, I'm going to play a little bit of music in the background. We're going to start in about 5 minutes. Put up your feet. Enjoy the show. This song's called Holy. If you're on my Patreon page, you can get this demo of it. We're going to have that new album out soon. More on that in upcoming weeks. We had folks from all over the country watching tonight. Pittsburgh and Jackie, nice to see you here. David Foster over in Connecticut, nice to have you as well. And Scarlett in Leominster. Stephanie Henderson is up there as well. Probably with a cup of Starbucks. Mike DiPolo from Clinton, Connecticut, but now in Philadelphia. Vincent's also in Connecticut. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for tuning in. My friend Brenda Walkup from Okemah, Oklahoma. Hello to both of you guys. Charlotte out there in Oklahoma as well. Stephanie's sticking to whiskey, not Starbucks. Jimmy Pollard up in Lowell, Massachusetts. He says, watch me. Ed Sanchez out there in La Jolla, California. Scarlett took a ride to the Fruitlands Museum. Beautiful place. Glad you got out today. And Mr. Bill Ely from Windy, Denver. Nice to have you and Woody here. Love to her. Glad you guys are tuning in. Thanks. Please share this, guys, on your Facebook page. We want to make sure as many folks see tonight's show. I think this is going to be a good one, and we're thrilled to have you here. Bring that microphone just a little bit closer. Jamie Myers is here from Connecticut. Lisa Johnson there in Tewksbury. Nice to see you as well. Sprague, Miss Sprague, Penny Dunleavy Sprague in Tampa Bay. Thank you guys for tuning in. Here's the PayPal for the show tonight. She says, don't risk your life. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Just watch me. We have folks from all over. This will be nice. Amy Hoffman from Vermont. Jamie Myers from Connecticut as well. Karen says she's excited. Nobody's more excited than Karen to see Lynn Miles on the show tonight. We're going to start in just a couple minutes. Please share this on your Facebook pages and make sure that you like and follow the page, wherever those buttons are. I could take it to New York, pay his way for me. His friends say Christ a clone thee. You're wasting your prayers on a dream. He says, watch me. We have our resident Canadian here, Darla Myron from Saskatchewan, Canada. Glad you're here. And Don Ackerman as well. Michael Doherty out there in Los Angeles. Thanks for joining us all. We're going to be starting the show in about 30 seconds. Stick around. friends. This is Ellis Paul. I'm here in Crozet, as I am on every Friday night for the Traveling Medicine Show. We generally have a theme. Tonight is the great Songs of Heartache theme. I can't think of a better person to sing these songs. Honestly, she can break your heart with just a turn of a phrase. Tonight, Songs of Heartache with special guest Lynn Miles. She's going to be coming on around 8:30 Eastern Time. Lynn Miles is one of Canada's greatest singer-songwriters and certainly one of their favorite folk musicians and one of my favorite singers. She just does everything well, and I've been watching her for over 30 years. We were on the same label for a while. She was a rounder artist as much as I was, and so it was always great to bump into her, and she's one of the funniest people on the planet. Despite the songs, I find that in a lot of folks that write with, it brings to mind Cheryl Wheeler and folks like that can just absolutely break your heart and then leave you in stitches after it's over. So lots of friends here tonight. Glad to have some familiar faces on board. Amy Cronin Morton, thank you. She says, hello, Ellis. I can't stay tonight, but I'm so excited to see you at the Fruitlands, half mile from our house. That's just in a couple weeks. Looking forward to that too, Amy. Thank you for tuning in. And Janet Sutherland is here from Ottawa. She must be a neighbor of Lynn Miles. Lenny and David are over there as well. They lived in Ottawa for a while, and Montreal is their hometown, so it's nice to have them on board for the show as well. Let's get into this. I've got this song, since it's songs about heartache. I mean, what songs come to your mind for heartache? This one certainly came to me. This was a Bonnie Tyler song, a hit song from 1970. Make sure I can find my way around. It was written by Ronnie Scott, who was a manager and songwriter and saxophonist. It's a heartache, nothing but a heartache. It hits you when it's too late, hits you when you're down. It's a fool's game, nothing but a fool's game. Standing in the cold rain, feeling like a clown. It's a heartache, nothing but a heartache. Love him till your arms break, then he lets you down. It ain't right with love to share when you find he doesn't care for you. It ain't wise to need someone as much as I depended on you. Yeah, it's a heartache, nothing but a heartache. Hits you when it's too late, hits you when you're down, down. It's a fool's game, nothing but a fool's game. You're standing in the cold rain, feeling like a cloud. It's a heartache, nothing but a heartache. Love him till your arms break, then he lets you down, down. It ain't right with love to share when you find he doesn't care for you. much as I depend on you. Yeah, it's a heartache, nothing but a heartache. Tell him that your heart aches, and then he lets you down. It's a fool's game. Oh, you're standing in the cold rain, feeling like a cloud. It's a heartache, nothing but a heartache. Love him till your arms break, then he lets you down, then he lets you down. That poem of that chord of optimism. It's a ninth chord. I guess it's a G sharp 9. How do you like them apples? Nice to have you all here. That was a song by Bonnie Tyler. For those of you that are new to the show, we do a theme every week. And the artist that we bring in does songs associated with the theme as well, maybe one or two or all of them. Tonight's show is with the masterful songwriter from up in Canada, Miss Lynn Miles. There she is. She's a lovely lady. I every time I get a chance to hang out with her, it's always worthwhile. A lot of laughter, and she's thoughtful and very, 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 very fun. We've got a lot of folks from all over the place. Karen Hansen is here from New Jersey. Ray Mortensen from Davenport, Iowa. Nice to see you, Ray. And gosh, is that a Gretsch? You had to do that to me? Or is that an Epiphone? That might be an Epiphone. I think it's a Gretsch. You let me know. You had to do that to me. That's distracting. Sue Ellen LaFontaine is here. And nice to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We even got someone over there in Portugal watching in, Christina Ferreira. Thank you, Christina. I know it's super late over there. We're so glad that you tuned in. Thank you for being here. Edward Sanchez, thank you for that as well. Thrilled to be here with you again. Our special guest is Miss Lynn Miles, lovely lady. She's going to be coming on around 8:30. In the meantime, let's play some music. I'm going to try this. I was so busy setting up the fundraiser for the new album today with Karen that I didn't get a proper chance to rehearse. So this is going to be me reading it off the page, and it moves around a lot, especially in an open tuning. This is Paul McCartney's song. Yesterday, I played an open D, and it's had over 2,300 official cover songs recorded of this. Can you imagine? It's one of the most covered songs of all time. It's Yesterday. And some background notes on this song. He had as a placeholder for several months as lyrics the word scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs, la 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 la, scrambled eggs. It was on the 1965 album Help. It was the number one song of all time in Rolling Stones, I guess, and on many, I guess, number one song of all time for the Beatles. I guess it's probably the most famous Beatles song. Oh, it went number one song of all time on BBC Two and MTV polls, and even Rolling Stone for a while. McCartney is the only Beatle on the track, which is odd, right? Because it's a Beatles song, but he's the only one. And I don't think John Lennon had a hand in this one at all. George Martin had to coax him to use strings. And this song has got me excited about putting strings on my upcoming album as well. The Beatles were saying that they don't want strings. We're a rock band. Why would we put strings? The band vetoed it as being released as a single. Can you believe that? And it's still got as popular as it is. Because it sounded so different. McCartney was only 23 years old when he wrote this. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why'd she have to go? I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why'd she have to go? I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Wow. Went to number 1 in the United States. It's number 13 on the all-time Rolling Stone list of 500 greatest songs of all time. In 2012, the BBC said it was the number 4 on the all-time royalties paid for a song. And this is in pounds, which, it's close to the dollar, but not quite. But, 20 million. In royalty payments for the song, in publishing royalty payments. So it pays to be Paul McCartney. He was the first millionaire songwriter. Since then, I believe Dr. Dre and Jay-Z have crossed that line. Maybe Beyonce as well. So, but McCartney did it without buying products or clothing lines or other business stuff. He just is, he's not Jimmy Buffett. He's Paul McCartney. So, yeah, that went better than I thought it would, honestly. Let's see. I would like to play my newest song of Heartache. It's called The Gift. It's about a gift I got from Patty Griffin back probably around 1996, the fall of 1996. It was a shoebox. My marriage was breaking up. I was in Nashville, Tennessee at the time. And she lived in Nashville and we were friends. She's from Maine and I'm from Maine. And we haven't kept up over the years. We lost touch as people do and lives drift apart. But she sang on my early records, and when I moved to Nashville with the intention of living there and becoming sort of a Nashville songwriter slash folk singer. She was already there, but my marriage went down before I could get a handle on even being there, and I moved back to Boston, which has led to the rest of my life. So as part of our new fundraiser, we're going to have a shoebox that's the same shoebox that's in the song with a bunch of items that are from the song. This is a gift that Patty gave me to help soothe a wounded heart. Tune this, wait, I'm sorry. Come on there. It's like 100 degrees in here. And the guitar is interacting with the environment. There we go. There was a time when my life broke down. I was stranded in Music Town. I didn't know when the darkness would end, or if the light would begin. She called me up from a coffee shop, you know, the one at the Belmont stop. She said, it sounds like you could use a friend. I brought a gift for you. On an old shoebox. Inside I heard the tick of a pocket watch, all the time you need in your hand. A matchbox, so you're never far from home. Gotta do that again. A pocket watch. Shoebox. Screw it, let's do it from the top. My apologies, it's been a while on this as well. I want to commit it to memory. There was a time when my life broke down. I was stranded in Music Town. I didn't know when the darkness would end, if my life would begin. She called me up from a coffee shop, you know, the one at the Belmont stop. She said, it sounds like you could use a friend. I brought a gift for you. She put a ribbon on an old shoebox. Inside I heard the tick of a pocket watch, all the time you need in your hand. A matchbox to burn away all of the ghosts, and sage for the ones that haunt you the most. A cocktail umbrella for a rainy day, and a bluebird's feather in case you need one to fly away. They were just trinkets from an old thrift shop. Tried to say thank you, but my voice got caught. 'Cause every treasure she revealed played out my life like a movie reel. She put a ribbon on an old shoebox with a roll of coins for the jukebox. Springsteen's a quarter away. Never far from home, of a little girl holding a pine cone somewhere on the coast of Maine. scotch she stole from an airplane. Open it up, open it up. We raised a toast to friendships and ghosts with our coffee cups. Hey, hey. Now an ocean of years have passed. My memory's like sea glass. I can still see her hair falling in waves, and I'll never forget that day. She put a ribbon on an old shoebox. I could smell rose petals and butterscotch. Sweeter days are coming your way. Top hat she stole from a Monopoly game. For the nights you're toasting with champagne, and a skeleton key for the doors you put hope in. And there's one for my place in case you need one that was always open. Little major to minor thing happening there. Right here. Then it goes to the major. Speaking of McCartney, that's a little McCartneyism. It was picked up by George Harrison as well. Nice to have all you guys here. I'm in Crozet, Virginia. My name is Ellis Paul. If you're just joining us, we have the wonderful songwriter Lynn Miles with us. She's going to be here in just a few moments. Lynn lives in Ottawa, Canada, and she's got many albums to her name. She's been touring in the U.S. and Canada, and probably in Europe too. We'll have to talk to her about her history around the globe. I want to thank all the folks who are leaving tips in the tip jar tonight. Thank you for that, Mr. James Ely, and all the folks on the Venmo side. Thank you for that as well, Dan Tappan. Lovely to see you here as well. Nice to have friends of the show like this, guys, that keep the show alive. We're going to turn this show into a podcast, and I'm super excited about that. Amy Morton, thank you as well for the love in the tip jar over there on the Venmo side. For those of you that don't know, my tip jar and this whole thingamajig, it is, let me see, somewhere we have it. I'm just going to put this on quickly, or not. You guys know. It's all right there. It's in the description to the video itself. But I do want to talk to you guys about one thing before I bring on Miss Lynn Miles. I've got a beautiful vacation trip planned to Monhegan Island, Maine. If you're interested, I'll put up the banner for that. That I can find fairly easy. There it is. TheRootsOnTheRails.com. Vacation on Monhegan Island with Ellis, Paul, Vance Gilbert, and Molly Venter. There's still some rooms left, but they're going quickly. Please check out RootsOnTheRails.com if you want to get away to the most beautiful place in the state of Maine, which is one of the most beautiful places in the United States. Come with us for a week. We're going to be performing every night. Great food, great beverages, great wine, beer. There's a nice brew pub on the island. There'll, of course, be great wine, great everything. It's just a great time. I'd love to have you there. Our friend Karen Zundel is going to be there, and Vance and Molly are as good as you can get as songwriters, singers, and all of that stuff. So with that, Charlotte here says, a matchbox, blue bird feather, roll of coins, postcard, ribbon, rose petals, butterscotch. Yeah, that some of that stuff is going to be in the actual version that we have on the fundraiser. You can buy that little shoebox with all that stuff in it. Paul McFadden says, Karen, I'm more obsessed with Ellis Paul. Maybe I can help you with Scotland obsession. What do you want to know? I love that. Hey, I watched Braveheart last night. I don't know if that's a joke to you. It probably is. But I love me some William Wallace. Willow Flowers here as well. Awesome Ottawa musician, songwriter live on here tonight. Hey, yeah, nice to have you here, Willow. Thank you so much. We're going to bring on Lynn. Lynn, let me know if you're having any issues there. I don't see you backstage. And we're there you are. Okay. Let's bring her on. You ready to go? Just give me a thumbs up. She is. All right. I'm going to put on my earphones so I can bring this lovely lady on. I've known Lynn for, I don't know, 20, 25 years maybe. We were both rounder artists, as I recall, Philo artists, and she always loved what she did back in the 90s, but she's still writing amazing songs, and I'm so excited to have her on the show. This is Lynn Miles, everybody. Hello there, my friend.
Hi, Ellis. Hi, everybody. Ellis,
So
thank you
glad you're
for
here.
posting that photo from the 90s, early 90s, when I had
Well,
access to professional
whatever-
hair and makeup.
Whatever comes up first.
Yeah, there you go.
I could do a childhood shot if you'd like.
Yeah.
So you're up in Ottawa, am I right? You've been living up there?
Yeah, I live in Ottawa, capital city of Canada.
And where were you born, and what brought you to Ottawa?
Ellis, I was born in Sweetsburg, Quebec, believe it or not.
Oh.
That's why I'm so sweet. We lived in Montreal when I was a kid, and we lived in London, Ontario, which is near Toronto, and then we moved here. My father was just sort of an itinerant worker, and we moved around a lot, and we just landed here one day, and we didn't go anywhere else. And then when I was a grown-up, I lived in LA for 4 years, and then I came back here.
Wow, I didn't realize you were in Los Angeles as well. Was your family bilingual? Did you do the whole French-speaking thing while you were in Quebec?
Well, I left Quebec when I was about 6, the year that we started studying French in school, and then we moved to Southern Ontario, which is not a French-speaking area, so there was no French in school. And then when we moved back to Ottawa, it was a French-speaking area, so I wasn't allowed to take French because I was too far behind. So I am not bilingual, but my father was.
Yeah. And what got you into songwriting? What was the thing that pulled you into it?
Okay, so my dad said, these are two things my parents have told me. When the day that I was born, my father said to my mother, she's going to be a singer. She has a singer's mouth. And my mother says that when I was a baby, she'd know I was asleep in the crib because the singing would stop. So I think I was just, it was soothing for me as an infant to make those noises. And I think I just always wrote songs in my head. And I think I wrote my first real song with a guitar when I was about 10. Hi, Karen Zundel. I can see your name. Love
yes,
you
there's
so much.
Yeah,
there you are.
She's even stalking you online.
I love it.
It's pretty amazing. She's a huge fan of yours, as is my girlfriend, Larry McAllister.
Hi, Larry.
We got folks tuning in. Paul Campbell is tuning in from Galway City in Ireland.
You lucky person.
So we got folks from all over the world listening to us
Nice.
tonight.
That's
and
awesome.
I'm so thrilled to have you here. I'm going to leave you now for a couple songs, and we'll talk in a minute.
Okay.
Cheers.
Well, because the theme is heartbreak, I thought I would start with this song. I put a record out last year called We'll Look for Stars, and this is one of the songs on the record. This is called Because We Love. Of course it hurts, tears us apart. It's the price we pay to have a heart. It's a bitter pill, it's the sweetest pain. It's a lonely walk in a midnight rain. We yearn because we love, crash and burn because we love, ache because we love, break because we love. We try because we love, cry because we love, breathe because we love, believe because we love. Of course it hurts, there's always a cost for what we want and what we lost. Could be a single word in a crowded bar, or trying to make a wish on a fading star. We yearn because we love, crash and burn because we love, ache because we love, break because we love. We fly because we love, cry because we love, believe because we love, breathe because we love. It's so hard to find, it's so easy to lose, so quick to wound, so tough to hold on to. It's wayfaring and forever blue. Real tenderness can ravage you. Of course it hurts, it always will. Even when it's right, it's still uphill. And there's always a chance it'll fly away. No matter how hard you love, no matter what you say. We yearn because we love, crash and burn because we love, ache because we love, break because we love. We try because we love, die because we love, believe because we love, breathe because we love. All right, so that's called Because We Love, and that's from an album called We'll Look for Stars. And I'm going to do a song called Love is Red, because the theme is heartbreak, and I was telling Ellis, when the theme is heartbreak and you get to play 5 songs, it's like you tell all your children, all 900 of them, that you're going to a party and you can only take 5 of them. So the other ones are quite disappointed that they're not here. But I love them all. But this is called Love is Red, and I'll just do a little tuning here. And I'm going to put this on. Take my earphone off. Be with you 1 second. I wish I could take it back, fix the broken sidewalk crack, have the string go off the track. Life is empty, cold and black. I replay it every day, all the words we could not say. Summer birds have flown away. Sky was silver, and now it's gray. You loved me, and I loved you. We said things that were not true, that we can't take back and we can't undo. Love is red and tears are blue. Love is red and tears are blue. Regrets are flowers without light, and they're always sent at night, with a ribbon tied too tight, and a little stick of dynamite. What I would give to start out clean, I'd buy the whole world sight unseen. You'd be the king, I'd be the queen. But jealousy is a bitter green. You loved me and I loved you. We said things that were not true, that we can't take back and we can't undo. Love is red and tears are blue. Love is red and tears are blue. I wish I could get some sleep, but the memories I choose to keep haunt me down and make me weep. Your hair is gold and your eyes are deep. You love me and I love you. We said things that were not true, that we can't take back and we can't undo. Love is red and tears are blue. Love is red and tears are blue.
So beautiful.
Oh, let me put my ear in there, Ellis.
I'll mime.
You look like a movie star, Ellis.
Like I hear more of an accountant than a movie
No,
star.
you look like Gary Cooper kind of a vibe happening there.
I'm actually packing right now.
Are you?
That's
Are you working for the FBI or?
It's more of a Western kind of thing.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that. Hey, you look beautiful too. It's so nice to see you.
Thanks. It's nice to be here.
We haven't had much chance over the years to hang out, but
No.
every time that we do, it's always a lot of laughter and I love your writing. Your use of language. I mean, it's funny what you do with one syllable words. You know, it's just so direct. It's like John Prine.
Oh,
John. It reminds me of John. It reminds me a little bit of Liza Gilkison's use of language too. Like just
thank you.
right, direct, not a lot of adjectives, not a lot of syllables, but like boom, 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 right to the heart.
Nice.
And I think that kind of writing is easy to comprehend on first listen because the messages are so cleanly written that you can't deny them. So
Thank you.
absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely great. Did you see our friend Radislav
I did. Hi, Rad. Oh my God, I miss you so much. He and I had a great show one time in, I forget the town in New York State, but we just, I got him to, we just sat in with each other. We didn't
Yeah,
really know each other's songs. He basically played with me more than I played with him because,
that's
he's
what
a
he does.
madman. But he was so great. Like he just honored the songs and such a great musician. And we had such a good time. So I love you, Rad,
I,
and I miss you terribly.
it's nice of him to tune in. My favorite memory of Rad, and I have so many because
I'm sure.
he still plays with me frequently.
Oh,
But it was on Kayama. We were on a cruise ship, and like every time I entered a room to see somebody else, Rad, who is on the cruise to play with me, was on stage with them. And then I'm like, he's like, he doesn't even know these people, and somehow. And there was one point where we were in the biggest room in the foyer in the middle of the boat with 3 stories of staircases going up, and there were 3 accordions on stage, and somehow he managed to even get on stage with other accordions
oh my God.
and jam. So
That's awesome.
he's so full of life and just my favorite touring partner. So Lynn, I'm interested. Like, you graduated from high school. Did you go to college in Canada, or did you just drift into songwriting without going to college, or how did you fall into it after?
Well, I was writing songs when I was about 10, and I played my first professional gig when I was about 17. So I was still in school. And I went to university for music for 2 months. But I already had a bunch of big gigs booked, just like really local coffee houses, burn bars, that kind of thing. I was playing some cover tunes and some of my own tunes. The goal being that one night I would be able to play a whole night of my own material. That was what I was aiming for. And I did. And it's sort of like, it's really the only thing I ever wanted to do. Just been playing instruments. I started playing violin when I was about 8, I guess. Studied that for a while at school, and then studied piano and flute. And I just, always loved music and was always drawn to it. I couldn't imagine doing anything else, really.
And when was it that you were on Rounder for a while, around the
Yeah.
same time that I was? How did they find you as a label and
How did
pull
they
you in?
find me? Oh,
Yeah.
well, actually, this is, I don't think this ever happens, but I was playing in the lobby of a hotel at South by Southwest, and Ken Irwin walked by. And that's how I got my deal on Rounder. Like, it's like a showbiz myth or something.
Wow.
Like, it just doesn't happen like that.
I can imagine that happening for you, though. You have that
Well,
kind of a voice where people just like, well, what's that? It's one of those pull the car over, call the radio station voices.
that's nice. Thank you.
And Ken Irwin is the president of Rounder Records for a long time. He eventually sold it. And I mean, he's known for discovering great acts like, no, I mean, the
Well,
list goes on and on and
Alison
on.
Krauss being one of my favorites.
There's
Like the
that
fact that
one.
she's on the label, I'm just like, oh my God. She's,
Yeah. I mean,
so
how many Grammys
fantastic.
can one house hold?
Well, that's the thing. She could send a couple to us just to hang
Yeah,
on to,
be
right?
fair.
Put up in our bookcase. Yeah.
There's this thing about Canada that I like to ask folks, but especially you, because I feel like you fit more into the mold of into this sort of, Joni Mitchell, Neil Young. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. What are they feeding you people?
Well, here's another thing I want to add to that is that I think that Bob Dylan should be considered Canadian because he's from Hibbing, Minnesota, which is
Yeah,
so freaking cold that he's
it
really one
is.
of us,
By the
right?
way, I was born in Fort Kent, Maine, which is on the Canadian border.
You're one of us too,
I should be.
right? Because
I'd
I always
rather.
think of songwriting as a kind of a Canadian art form.
It is, and I think you guys are considered more like national treasures to Canada than folks like us are considered in the United States. I think you're spokespeople. You go out into the world and you share the Canadian sensibilities and things, and you're treated differently by the government in Canada, at least in the past, with arts grants and
But I would have to say for a Canadian to get anywhere in the world, they first have to move to the United States and get a U.S. record deal. That's how they all do it.
Yeah.
Drake, The Weeknd, they're both Canadians. Justin Bieber's Canadian. They all
Well, you
live in
gotta
the
have
States.
one. You gotta have one.
Yeah. But, like they all had to go to the States. Alanis Morissette, when she was here, I used to give her singing lessons.
Did you really?
Yeah, she's from Ottawa, but she had wanted a record deal. She had a little deal. I think she had a deal in Canada, and then she was looking for this next deal for Jagged Little Pill, and they didn't give her one in Canada. She went to the States, and she met with Madonna, and Madonna gave her a deal. So, you know, that's what Canadians used to have to do. Actually, they're still doing it. You know, because our population is much smaller, and so the audience is smaller, the base is smaller. There's less money in the pockets of the record.
But it seems like the tradition is more important and more celebrated.
Do you think so?
I do. Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
From
interesting.
here, looking in
Yeah.
with binoculars.
But
like,
it's
wow,
also
how do
I mean,
I join that team?
well, we have a history of all those great songwriters that came out of the 60s, right? And they're definitely venerated and loved and everything. But I think the tone has definitely changed in the world of what people are looking for in music. I think we have our great fans who've stayed with us, but I don't think that the style of what we're doing, our genre is as popular as it once was. So that's a bit different. But we do have grants. We have government grants for songwriters and make a record, and so yeah, that level of it is. I still absolutely support that and hope that it can carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you play a couple songs first, and I'll swing back through in a sec, okay?
Okay, I'm just trying to... Okay, I've got it. I think I figured it out.
All right.
Okay, this is the song... here's another heartbreak tune. This is called How to Be Alone. I sit out on the porch, staring at the sky, trying to count the stars and the fireflies. Nobody ever calls, nobody's dropping by. They were all your friends, so they don't even try. The nights are longer now, the days are all the same. My future's in my hands, 'cause I'm the one to blame. I know why you left, there's no need to explain. I play that movie in my head while I'm listening to the rain. Tell me how to be alone, 'cause there's no book of rules. Just tell me how to be alone. I never took that class in school. Tell me how to be alone, 'cause that's the future that I've earned. I'm gonna have to learn how to be alone. I would be the same with somebody new, never giving in. I know you know it's true, that I would screw it up the way I always do. I won't change for someone else if I couldn't change for you. So tell me how to be alone, 'cause there's no book of rules. truth that I've earned. I'm gonna have to learn how to be alone. I'm gonna have to learn how to be alone. All right, that's How to Be Alone. For all you lonely people out there. Here's a song that I am going to sing for Mike, because I saw you did send me a little message on Facebook that you wanted to hear Brave Parade. So, and I like the spelling mistake on the spell check. I like that. Brave Parade. This is for you, Mike. Try to figure out. I haven't played this in a little while. I'm just going to figure out what key it's in. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Thanks, Michael Dotry. Well, it's okay, I'm not afraid of marching in this brave parade with all the souls who crawl back up, who bet despite their crazy luck, who choose to love in an angry age, refuse to bend despite or rage, who aren't afraid of bad reviews, who don't care if they win or lose. Who know that all the money's probably spent, that every deadline came and went, who know that love is not a game, that life is equal joy and pain, who love moonlight across the bed, question every word that's said, who celebrate every victory, who aren't afraid of mystery. Afraid of leaving town, giving up or falling down, throwing everything to chance, fighting for a new romance, who look between the skin and bone, who long for comfort, ache for home, who love the poets and the skies and the drifters and the ones who cry. So here's a toast to the underdogs, the little boats lost in the fog, the ones who don't quite fit the mold, who never do what they are told, who know that sad songs matter most, who face the music and the ghost, the heroes and the second best, who have no medals on their chest. Marching in this brave parade. Constance, are you Constance or are you Connie? I remember you as Connie, but it's nice to see that you're there. That's so funny.
A lot of nice comments from folks like
Sweet.
Constance here.
That's so great.
Tuning in. So tell me how you're holding up in all the pandemic. I know you're in Ottawa, which is the capital city, so you're getting a lot of Canadian folks protesting. Far right wingers are up there with Canadians, even with Confederate flags and Trump stickers, and
Yeah.
that's right outside your window, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they've been going up and down the street. I don't live right in Centertown, but they took over Centertown for a month this January, and they really did a lot of psychic damage, emotional damage. Uh, a lot, I think a lot of people still have PTSD from it. It's really scary to see a swastika beside the war memorial where people who died fighting the Nazis are buried.
Yeah.
It's that stuff. It's so crazy and a crazy time, and I understand that people are frustrated, but I don't know, hurting other people, and I don't know. It's just so it's happening again this weekend. It's really disheartening, and we'll get through it. But it's just, I think about, I'm wearing this pin for Ukraine. I think like, we're so lucky. We have so much. Why do we have to be so filled with hate? I just don't understand it. I don't know where it comes from. But I love the expression that hurt people hurt people. So I suppose there's that underlying reasons for the anger,
And also greedy people hurt people. But,
Yeah.
I know that it feels like it feels helpless and hopeless. But I think, all we can do is write songs and vote, occasionally march, and put up the good fight,
Yeah.
Our job is to be heard and to remind people of better ways, and you do that so beautifully.
Thank you.
We got a lot of folks that want to hear one more song from you, and it's so nice to hang out with you, Lynn. Would you
I'm
do one
so
more for
happy
us?
to be here, Ellis. It's so great to see you. So in January when we had the basically the takeover of our city, people were really hurting, and I went on CBC, which is our government station, like the BBC, only Canadian version of it, and we have a local program. And I had started working on this song. We had a wonderful politician in our country named Jack Layton, who he was dying of cancer, and he gave this beautiful speech, and the first line was, "Love is stronger than anger." And so I wanted to use that to sort of convey what good people are feeling in the middle of these ridiculous, misinformed, misguided protests. So I wrote this song for that, and I'd like to revisit it this weekend because I'm feeling a little bit shaky about what's going on in my town. So this is called "A Heart with Its Light On." Love is stronger than anger. Hope is bigger than fear. Kindness is bigger than hatred. It's all so simple. It's all so clear. It's okay to not be okay. Madness makes the edges fray. To get past this night and make it till dawn, try to find a heart with its light on. Easy to say, harder to do. To not lay down, to push on through. All the more reason when it gets so dark to try to turn the light on in your heart. It's okay to not be okay. All this madness makes the edges fray. To get past this night, to make it till dawn, try to find a heart with its light on. Imagine all around the world, all the little hearts that have their lights on bright. To give the weary and the broken hope, and keep their dreams inside. 'Cause it's okay I'd be okay. All this madness makes the edges fray. To get past this night and make it till dawn, try to find a heart with its light on. Try to find a heart with its light on. Ellis Paul has a heart with the light on.
Oh, that's a gorgeous song.
Thank you.
You're so fucking good.
Thank
Isn't
you.
it great not to be on radio? I get to
Oh, I
curse
love it.
just
I love
like
it.
that.
Yeah. Talk like real people talk, actually.
Yeah,
Most people
and hang
say.
like normal people hang. I dress
My
up to
mother's
hang,
89. She says, fuck. It's okay. We can all say it.
Yeah, it gets more charming the older you are.
It does.
And the younger you are.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to hear like a 19-year-old dude playing hockey say it, but you do. There are other people.
Yeah. What a 90-year-old guy playing hockey.
Yes.
Don't say anything but fuck.
Exactly.
So listen, how can people track you down? What's the best way to support you and your music for these people? Because this is the most engaged and active, supportive crowd of folk fans.
I can see that on the comments.
It's
good
crazy.
people.
They've been so great to everyone I've had on board.
Well, you've created this, Ellis, with your life of work, your body of work, your commitment to your craft. This is what you get when you do that. I think it's a testament to you.
I feel very lucky.
So, yeah, I have a Facebook page and I have a website. It's just Lynn Miles Music. And I do have CDs for sale. I don't know how I sell music online anymore. I do know that I'm putting another record out. I recorded 2 albums in the pandemic. So I put one out a year ago called We'll Look for Stars. And you can just email me from my website if you want a hard copy of it, and we'll just communicate and I'll send you one. It's nothing fancy. I'm very old school. I'm not a computer genius, and I'm very analog. So I like to do things as quickly as possible.
She's pressing on it at home, sticking mail.
Almost. Yeah, I use a waffle iron and then a stamp, and then I lick the envelope. Yeah. You know what? I would do that if I could. I would absolutely
so would
do that.
I.
I love the idea of that. But yeah, so that's how you can reach me. And yeah, I have a website. You can communicate with me through there. And I'm so thrilled to be on your show, Ellis. Thank you.
I'll circle back afterwards and say thanks again. Nice to
Okay.
have you here, Lynn. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Cheers. Everybody, that's Lynn Miles. I'm so lucky to be doing this work. Obviously, I'm lucky to travel and play for people and write songs and have you guys listen to my own stuff, but to be able to introduce folks to you that you might not know or might be as familiar with, especially Canadian artists. And so it's just lovely to have Lynn on board tonight. And I'm just going to do one more song, and then we'll do the good night song. And thanks again. Next week, we're going to have the Traveling Medicine Show on a Wednesday night instead of Friday. We're switching in the new month to Wednesday nights for this because I'm going to be traveling so much on Fridays in the future that it's harder and harder not only for me to be here, but for special guests to come in because people are starting to work again. But I want to continue the show. I'm hoping to turn it into some kind of podcast, interview style show, so that you can listen in your cars as well. So keep an eye out for that, will you? And thanks again to Lynn Miles. She's just a gem. I think I'll do this one. I get to take these things out too. Oh, I see where I am. Isn't she just, there's something very direct about the language she uses. And because it's so direct, melodies can attach to it in a different way than say mine, which is very rapid and conversational. And sometimes the the words have to be almost spoken rather than sung because it's just there's too much going on. But I don't know. It's deceptive because it seems like it's simpler, but it's not. To get that true and that pure and that zen about it, trust me, it's the hardest way to write. Take me to a drive-in movie. Put your body right next to me. Whisper promises to me. Roll the windows down. 'Cause when you look at me like that, kiss me and I'll kiss you right back. Break your heart, give it to me. Take me to a drive-in movie. Take me, doesn't matter where we go. Take me, I don't even have to know. Take me on a long vacation, outbound from an old train station. We'll watch the world go by till we close our eyes in a sleeping car. We'll wake up in a brand new place. You're the only one who knows my face. Looking for a little salvation. Take me on a long vacation. Take me, it doesn't matter where we go. Take me, I don't even have to know. Take me on a roller coaster. I wanna feel my heart turn over. Till I'm upside down, can't touch the ground, there's no gravity. I wanna feel my blood rush, just like the first time we touched. Wanna fall over and over and over. Take me on a roller coaster. Take me, it doesn't matter where we go. Take me, I don't even have to know. Take me slow. Take me to a drive-in movie. Slide a little closer to me. Oh, lovely. It's nice to be singing for y'all. Listen, I'm going to be on the Patreon All Request show on Sunday night. Tune in then if you're a member of Patreon. And if you're not, please join. They're going to get the new record before everybody else, and they're already getting demos and stuff that I'm doing in studio before the songs are recorded. Let's tune this thing. I'm going to end with my theme song by Mr. David Glaser. I wonder where you are tonight. I wonder if you're driving on a winding concrete river in a raft of glass and steel. The darkness interrupted by a lonely bright oasis, a full tank and a coffee, and you're back behind the wheel. Long is the road that lies between us, and many are the days since you've been gone. May the angel on your shoulder guide you safely through the night, and may the concrete river bring you home. May the concrete river bring you home. And I wonder where you are tonight. I wonder if you're happy. I'll say my little prayer and send it out across the miles. I hope you're in a special place with people there that love you. And I hope you make it back to them before too long a while. Long is the road that lies between us, and many are the days since you've been gone. May the angel on your shoulder guide you safely through the night, and may the concrete river bring you home. May the concrete river bring you home. Good night, y'all. We'll see you on Sunday night for the Patreon All Request Show. Wednesday night is the next traveling medicine show. I haven't lined up the guest yet, but phone calls are being made. We'll find somebody, some eager person who wants to just play for somebody, anybody on a Wednesday night. We'll see you guys next week. Love to you all. Cheers.